Peter Charles here, Hooked Fly Fishing. And it's cold outside, we have snow, winter's finally arrived in southern Ontario. Our fishing season is closed down on many of our rivers, and plus they're starting to fill with ice and slush. So it kind of shuts you down until things warm up and the season's open again. And it's the time for, tying flies, obviously. But we can also get out and practice with our casting and develop new skills, fix old problems, do that sort of thing. So winter's a great time for dealing with casting issues. And there's some special things about casting winter, which actually works out to our advantage. First thing I want to talk about is protecting our lines. Now, this is an Airflow 4-weight, and it's made out of polyurethane, very tough. I don't have to worry about casting this on grass. Nothing else is going to happen to it. But this is a rather soft polyvinyl chloride line that I got when I was on vacation in England. Lovely line, casts beautifully. But if I cast this on grass, I'm going to wreck the front tip. It's just going to be a mess, full of cracks, wreck the loop. Not a good idea. Grass is hard on PVC lines, especially the softer PVC lines. So casting on snow with a line like this doesn't present any problems, does it? It's not going to damage the line at all. So if you're having worries about damaging lines, casting on snow is a great way around the problem. Another thing about casting on snow versus grass, especially if you go into a public area like a schoolyard or a park, the grass is full of weeds, and if you're casting on grass, odds are the tip of the line or the leader or the yarn or whatever is going to snag on the weeds, and when you lift up, it comes off in jerks, and sometimes you have to literally go over and pull it off the weed. Stuff like that. It gets a nuisance. So if you're going to a public spot where the weeds are bad, but it's covered with snow, who cares? You're not going to hit any weeds. Also, though the snow doesn't have the same resistance as water, it does have a bit, and it releases smoothly. So when you make your back cast, it comes off the snow quite nicely. So it's less of a problem in that respect. In fact, it's not water, but snow means we don't usually get any kind of guide icing. That's usually not a problem at all. Another thing I like about snow is if you're doing any kind of, let's say, accuracy practicing or distance practicing, the line will leave a mark in the snow, and that can tell you something. If you're having a tracking problem with your accuracy, you'll be able to see it in the lines created by, or I should say the marks created by the lines. And if you're going for distance, you can see where your casts are going, how far they're actually going. And the other thing, if you're using a bright colored piece of yarn on the end of your leader, you can easily see it at distance. I find often, even with bright colored yarn, that when you're casting on grass, it gets down between the blades and you can't really see exactly where your yarn landed. On snow, not a problem. You can really see it. So snow has some advantages as a casting surface when you can't get to water. And at this time of year, it's not a good idea to be in the rivers. So think of that when you get out there and it's snowing, it's not nice, you can't fish. Well, you can tie flies, but it's a great time to work on your casting. So get out there and give it a try. Cheers.